you're knitting in the round and you're now at the point where you want to begin your fold over hem. You know you're at that point because you're at the end of the round because of your marker. So what you're going to do is at this point, and it's a little cumbersome to begin with, but you're going to fold over your hem so the wrong sides are together. And I just want to show you what you're going to be picking up here. That's your cast on edge. And when you go to pick that up, you see a V, 2 stitches that make up a V. You're just going to pick up the outer, the one closest to you. Otherwise it gets a little too bulky. It's better if I demonstrate it. But here's the point. You're going to insert your needle. And this is my first stitch because I can see it, my cast on yarn. And this is what I'm talking about. I'm not going to go pick up the entire stitch here. I am just going to pick up the leg that's closest to me. So now I have on my needle ready to knit this stitch that was the first stitch on my needle, and then the first leg of my first cast on stitch. I'm going to grab my new contrasting yarn, hold it in my left hand, wrap it around, and actually make a stitch. Now I can take that off my needle. So I've knit my first stitch. From this point it becomes a little less cumbersome. You know where you're going from here, so it's a little easier to continue. But again, I grab the first stitch on my needle as if to knit, and the very next stitch in line, there it is, but I'm just grabbing the first leg of it. It wouldn't be wrong to grab the entire stitch, but I do think it'll make it too bulky. Wrapping my stitch around, or yarn around, and there's my second stitch. Next stitch on my needle. There's the next leg, my cast on stitch, and here you go. Now there's a little gap here, but when you go all the way around and start knitting the next round, it will close up nicely. And that's how you make a fold over hem in the round.